I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right.
If you're looking for a great place to buy your toys, Cokiss has a great range of figures, including your favorite ones from Hiya toys like Godzilla, King Ghidorah, the female Muto. Get 6% off in all your purchases with my discount code. Use RubiCokiss to get all your favorite figures much cheaper than anywhere else with fast shipping. Link in the description down below. This also means you don't have to wait for those long releases from the US. You can get everything much faster and exactly the same time that Hiya Toys releases their figures from their end. So what are you waiting for? Use the link in the description, apply the code to get everything much cheaper. It's highly recommended. Thank you for watching the video. We have very important information regarding Hiya Toys and a lot of things that a lot of people have been wondering about, like figures. So I chose the more juiciest questions. So let's get into the video. For question number 1, it says the inspiration for Hiya Toys Godzilla line production came from the fact that the Hiya's CEO, team sculptor, designer are big Godzilla fans. I think that's true because when you look at the Hiya line, in fact, you see the highly requested figures get made, and it's very incredible how knowledgeable they are, and you can definitely tell that they have passion. I've always said it. Someone who does an amazing job like that has to have passion, love, and dedication and knowledge for what they do, and I can certainly say that it seems to be true for what they've answered. By the way, this interview is coming directly from San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Now for question number 2, this is coming directly from Hiya Toys. It says, Hiya Toys has a good relationship with both Toho and Legendary and hope to maintain this good relationship for a long time. First of all, that's very, very good and very important that they want to maintain a healthy relationship with Toho and Legendary. And I can tell that's very true because of how rapid they're able to access and deploy figures from Legendary and now Toho figures. So very proud for them, and I hope that they continue throughout their years to deliver such inspirational figures and even more to come. Moving on to the next question, it says Hiya can access the IP of both Toho and Legendary completely, but the agreement needs time and it will be gradually. But I believe that there will be more new kaiju in the future. There you go, this is actually confirmation that Hiya Toys can do both the Toho monsters and the Legendary at any time. It's at their disposal, and that's very great because it means they have the freedom to do anything with whatever they want at any time, as long as they both agree with the parties and everything is signed off. So that's very fantastic, and that goes back to their testament of their good relationship with both Legendary and Toho. Fantastic. And they're confirming that they have even more new monsters coming. I'm assuming that's both for Legendary and Toho. Moving on to the next question, it says Hiya continues to focus on producing characters for movies mainly. Individuals from games such as Super Godzilla, Bagon will be considered in the future. This is how I view it. It tells me that Hiya Toys is looking into video game characters and from elsewhere, and that's very great because this means that they can do figures that are based on early concept art or from elsewhere, and also this could open up the possibility for them to do figures that are more stylized. In other terms, this opens up the possibilities for them to deliver figures besides mainly focusing on movie versions that are super accurate. This gives them the ability to do video game monsters from comics, from early concept art designs, things like that, you know. Moving on to the next question, it says Godzilla -1 and Godzilla Ultima, Godzilla Singular Point are in highest production plans. That is such great news. A lot of us, including myself, have been wanting a Hiya Toys Godzilla -1 or even Godzilla Singular Points. Other individuals from that roster should be a great opportunity for them. In other words, this just pretty much confirms that they are looking into producing and making Godzilla -1 and characters from Godzilla Singular Point. That's very great because the only characters that were ever made besides, Godzilla were Jet Jaguar and a few others from Monster Arts. But besides that, the anime has been completely forgotten. So hopefully Hiya Toys gives it some dedication and love, producing a lot of Singular Point figures because I think they had pretty awesome designs. I'm actually very excited for a Godzilla -1 from Hiya Toys. I currently don't have any from any company because I'm mainly just holding off for their version. I know that they can tackle this and produce a very impressive and beautiful Godzilla figure and mainly just deliver what everybody has been asking for. Moving on to the next question, it says Hiya is always looking for collectors through social media to look for criticism, feedback, suggestions to apply to improve and plan for future products. I don't think there's much to say about this. It only confirms that they do actually listen to our feedback and they care about their products and they're willing to go back and fix any mistakes that are necessary. A great example always has to be their original Godzilla 2019. That one received a major sculpture upgrade with better articulation and other things. So yeah, I think it just says that if there's a major problem with any figure, they're willing to listen and find ways to improve that figure for a future product release. Next question confirms that indeed the Heat Ray Ultimate version is a LED light Godzilla version. Now it says that it's currently in development. Now if you do recall, this was about 4 months ago. So hopefully soon we do hear a lot of information for their upcoming Godzilla figures. And this is going to be a highly requested one. It's something that we really haven't seen before besides Monster Arts and other old companies. But in terms of having articulation with LED lights, that's unique. Let's talk about the next question. It says MechaGodzilla 2021 maybe is in Hiya's development plan. Now to me this does not sound good at all. First of all, the way I see it from my point of view, being that I've been in this industry for a long time, it sounds like MechaGodzilla 2021 might not be coming anytime soon, and that's very apparent. It was supposed to be one of the main 4 characters that Hiya Toys was originally developing back for 2021, I believe, and beyond. It was like the original teaser image. And the other option is they're currently having problems. Something is happening that is pushing the date back even more each time. It's been teased multiple times and it just never happened. So currently, I think it's clear that there's something happening behind closed doors and they're just not ready to talk about it. And they'd rather not promise any false expectations anymore. That's why it's answered as a maybe. It may be happening or maybe not. And it's been very requested amongst the community. A lot of people keep on asking, where's MechaGodzilla? Where's this? When is it going to release? When is it going to get announced? Now you never know. It could be other reasons and it could totally be announced sooner than we expect. But that's how I view it, that it's currently not getting touched right now. Next question says, Hiya Toys doesn't give way to kaiju from Toho or Legendary. Which universe is mainly 50-50, but it depends on the market trend at that time? I'm kind of confused on that answer. I believe the translation is not 100% on it. I believe it meant to say that Hiya Toys doesn't give preference to Legendary or Toho, that they mainly focus on what's in the market trending. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. The whole wording of that answered question was so confusing, but that's what I think they meant to say, that what's most trending is what they focus on and that they don't give any preferences to Toho or Legendary. This to me does make sense. Obviously, they want to capitalize on the trend the most. Whatever is trending, like perhaps at that time, Godzilla -1 or Godzilla X Kong the New Empire, they capitalize on Godzilla X Kong the New Empire with those figures. Now, I'm assuming they can't always do everything. Obviously, Godzilla -1 never happened. That's because probably they have, like I've mentioned in the previous video that we talked about this, they have a list and they have a conference of what figures they're going to do within a year. Within that year, they have to meet certain expectations from their market shareholders, people that invest a lot of money into their company. So they have to meet certain expectations in order to make money. If they don't, then obviously investors are not going to be happy. So even if they wanted to make certain figures, sometimes it's not possible, but it also confirms that they do mainly focus on what's trending, on what makes them the most money. And this only serves as another confirmation that I've been calling for a long time, that they're currently only doing popular figures, very highly requested figures, and it's very apparent. Godzilla 2000 is very requested, and look what has happened. Godzilla GMK, they've done a lot of figures that we never expected, but at the same time have been highly requested amongst the community, and that's very apparent. I think it's a no-brainer. You're going to do what sells. You're going to do what makes customers and what makes your investors very happy. And if you want to maintain a good relationship with both your investors, the company, the licensors, and all that, you have to make everybody happy and do what's convenient for the company. Even though sometimes people are requesting the most unpopular characters, they're not going to really take those into consideration because they're not going to pull a lot of money. They're not going to have a lot of traction. So what's best for them is to do something like what's trending at that moment, what's very popular, because it gives them a lot of, record, a lot of views, a lot of money. It makes sense from my point of view. Hopefully that does make sense. So for everybody that's been wanting those very classic figures from Toho, you might have to wait just a little bit longer. Now, going back to a question they answered, it also confirms that after they are done doing movie accurate figures, they might have plans to do stylized figures or figures from comics, figures from video games, and that's very great because this opens up their possibilities and their doors to a wider audience out there that prefers stylized versions, figures from the comics, figures from video games, figures that we have never seen and that were early concept art, like the example they gave, Super Space Godzilla and other things like that. And possibly this could mean that they could do their own take on certain figures. By this, I mean, look at Omega Beast. They do figures with their own style to them. If you compare Omega Beast to X Plus or Spyro Studio, while other companies are going for accuracy, they do go for accuracy, but giving it their own twist, and it makes it unique. This is what I'm trying to say, that maybe perhaps in the future we could possibly see a legendary version with Hiya's take, or a Godzilla -1, or a certain figure that is modified to the liking of Hiya Toys.